Hello guys, welcome back to the news. With the injustice that has been mad on Nigerians and how the past February 25th presidential elections has been full of so many electoral manipulations and irregularities, the Labour Party has urged its supporters to occupy INEC offices nationwide, and Peter Obi have stated that there is no going back on the planned protest. Let's find out more as we hit the news. But if you're joining us for the first time, you're very much welcome. I sincerely appreciate your presence. Kindly subscribe and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. The Peter Obi Dante Presidential Campaign Council has vowed that its supporters will not back down on their planned nationwide protest unless the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) grants the Labour Party's lawyers access to materials from the February 25th presidential elections. Sahara reporters had reported that the presidential and the National Assembly's elections were marred with irregularities such as late arrival of election materials, voter suppression, thuggery, manipulation of the election results, amongst others. Above all, the electoral umpire breached its guidelines and regulations for the elections and provisions of Electoral Act 2022 and the Nigerian Constitution. Since the February 25th elections, criticisms have continued to trail the conduct of the polls following the accusations both the Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party presidential candidates approached the court to inspect all the election materials used during the polls. The Court of Appeal granted the Labour Party request for the inspection of the electoral materials, but the Nigerian electoral umpire has refused to grant the warring parties access to these materials. It had been reported that last week, the appeal court granted INEC an injunction to reconfigure the bimodal voters accreditation system machines ahead of the March 18th governorship and the state assembly's elections. However, the chief spokesman for Obi Campaign Council, Yanusa Tanko, in an interview with Punch, vowed that there won't be no going back on the mobilization of their supporters to occupy INEC offices nationwide. Tanko accused INEC of disobeying the order of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal to grant Peter Obi and the party access to the certified true copies of materials used in the conduct of the polls. So we didn't fix a date for the protest because we deliberately wanted to give INEC up till Monday to respond to us. But when the INEC failed to do what they are supposed to do, our protesters will hit the streets, and by the grace of God, there is no going back, he said. My wonderful people, this is happening. Now, I'm so concerned about, this particular protest that the Labour Party supporters are about to embark on, because we all know that this country is not safe, most especially when the citizens, come out to make their requests, staging a peaceful protest, and at the end of the day, you see that either the Nigerian security force will take up arms and open fire on the citizens for just coming out to protest peacefully for their rights. Now, the Labour Party supporters have stated that there won't be a going back on their planned protest as a result of what INEC, have denied them. INEC have denied Peter Obi the access to, inspect the beavers machines and the election materials that were used in the last February 25th presidential elections. And they gave INEC till Monday to respond to this particular issue. But with the way it's going, they have seen that INEC is not willing and ready to grant the Labour Party or other political parties, the chance to inspect these election materials. And they have vowed that there won't be a going back on the mobilization of their supporters to occupy INEC offices nationwide. Recently, we saw how the PDP leadership, the likes of Atiku Abubakar, Dino Bilaye, the PDP national chairman Ayoche Ayu, staged a protest, at INEC headquarters in Abuja over this same issue. Although we saw how the protests, went ahead, we saw how the protests went out, how they wore black and they were protesting on the streets of Abuja concerning INEC's, irregularities. And in fact, Nigerians at large have really been pointing hands at INEC. Now, the Obedient and the Labour Party supporters, they have stated that they would occupy INEC offices nationwide, and there is no going back concerning this particular issue. Meanwhile, my country people, I am so scared that who knows, at the end of the day, we don't want to hear a situation whereby we will see how the youths will come out and protest, and then the security agencies will open fire on them, because that is the normal thing we are seeing in our country. So the Obedient movement, they have stated that they are going to make this move and they are not going back on this particular issue. Meanwhile, the P2B and the Atiku Abubakar have taken this matter to court, and they are not ready to back down on this particular issue. So you see how there are so many injustices here and there, and Nigerians are really complaining terribly concerning INEC. And in few days' time, we are going to embark on the governorship elections, and INEC is to conduct these elections. Meanwhile, they have failed Nigerians at the last February 25th presidential elections, and many Nigerians have stated that they no longer trust the INEC as a result of this. So my country people, what are your thoughts concerning this? Because we don't want to hear a situation whereby tomorrow the Obedient, the Labour Party supporters will come out and stage a peaceful protest, and then you see how security agencies would come out and try to stop them. So now they have given, INEC warning that they are coming for them. And this time around, they are not willing and ready to back out. So INEC should be prepared, because they are coming for them. My country people, what are your thoughts concerning this issue? Kindly share your thoughts concerning this in the comment section down below. Thank you. Bye for now.